The complexity of swimming pool covers. Back in the early 90s I was a manager at a national retailer for swimming pool supplies in the northeast of the US. Come September our business switches from selling chlorine and filters to winter pool covers and closing chemicals. One afternoon we had a customer come in dragging a pool cover into the store. The covers are big and unwieldy, and once out of the box they aren't going back in. He comes up to the counter and kind of testily tells me, "You sold me the wrong pool cover. We don't sell a lot of different types of covers, but people are frequently too lazy to measure the actual size of their pools are frequently by the wrong size. We always really tried to make sure people were buying the right cover, because this wasn't the type of item you want to return." So trying to be polite I say, "I'm sorry to hear that sir, what's wrong with it?" He says we sold him a 20-foot x 40 pool cover, but that he told the sales rep that his pool is actually 40 x 20 and it doesn't fit his pool and he's pissed he had to make a second trip down here. I tell him I don't understand. The cover is a rectangle 40 feet by 20 feet and his pool is a rectangle 40 feet by 20 feet, it should fit. He angrily tells me his pool isn't 20 by 40, it's 40 by 20, and it overlaps the sides and too short to cover the pool. Now I think I'm going insane. This is a man who owns a home and has a swimming pool and he doesn't understand how rectangles work. So I ask him why doesn't he rotate the cover 90 degrees and it should fit? He says he doesn't understand what I'm talking about. I took out a piece of paper, drew a rectangle on it, and then drew a picture of another rectangle with arrows showing it turning. He looks at it, and you can see the light bulb going on in his head. He's been kind of irritated with us up until now, and he doesn't know what to do now. He looks up and says, "Let me try that," and walks out dragging his pool cover behind him. I did not make this up. My day was pretty meh before, but you just made it a whole lot better. Thanks. Shape's a hard man. The cookie lady. I work at a large grocery store chain as a cashier. A couple weeks ago, I was joking with a customer who was buying a bunch of baking supplies, flour, sugar, chocolate, etc., and I told her that I would taste test the things she made. I was kidding, but apparently she thought I was serious. Flash forward to yesterday when I worked a short shift. This woman came in to buy her groceries for the week, and after she was done she came over to me. I was working self-checkout at the time. She handed me a tin of assorted treats, telling me that she hadn't forgotten about my interest in being her taste tester. It really made my day. She reminded me of why I love my job, even though some people can be really unbearable. This is so cute and sweet. I imagine her as a cute old lady lol. Haha, that's exactly what she was. I hope I'll see her again soon. That's awesome of her. People like that, young or old, make a retail job worth it. They sure do. Broken bathroom lights are a sin. Sorry in advance if this is written weirdly. This is my first time actually posting a story here. I work at a grocery store as a cashier. One day a customer walked up to my till to pay for his item, and as I was cashing him out he told me that the bathroom lights weren't working. Of course, I told him that I would tell someone right away so they could fix the lights. I thought that would be it, but he kept talking. He proceeds to say that some elderly person might get hurt because the lights aren't working, or they might miss the toilet, or something like that. The whole time he was explaining all of this, he seemed really angry. I wasn't really sure how to react, and whenever I get nervous I tend to start laughing awkwardly, so naturally I did just that. He then angrily says, "It's not funny. This is why the world is going to hell." I didn't really know what to say at that point, so I just finished his transaction and told him to have a good day. So nothing really too crazy, just some guy who was really mad that the lights stopped working. Maybe he was mad that I was laughing, but I would have hoped that he would have noticed how uncomfortable he was making the conversation.